As we try and get to the bottom of what has been happening in Mavoko, Leonard, were those demolitions justified? Because these are people, hundreds of them, who lost their houses, they built. I mean, it's all coming home to roost. What is your take on all this?
First off, let me say, thank you, Ben. But first off, let me say that my sympathies my heart goes out to the people who have lost their property in this demolition. Of course, people have invested heavily. From media accounts, people have taken loans to both purchase the land and to build their dream houses. And to see them go up in rubble is not a small thing. It's not a light matter. True. So my heart goes out to them. But that said, Ben, I would say that this whole saga, whatever Prof has so elaborately described, to me is the anatomy of a con game. A con game that involves government functionaries, officials from Ministry of Lands, politicians weighing in, I think SACCO leaders, the people who, various SACCOs I think are in there. Of course, there's one major one, but there are other smaller SACCOs, but all these SACCO leaders and the public themselves. Right. The way a con works is this. It appeals to greed. Let me put it this way, for this, out of sensibility for those who've lost their, out of sensitivity for those who've lost their property in this saga. The way a con works is it appeals to, it provides a shortcut, a means to an end, you know? And in this case, that shortcut was property ownership, house ownership. And every Kenyan, you know, we have an inordinate focus on owning homes in Kenya. I think owning a house is the ultimate security, having your four walls around you. Mm-hmm. That's the ultimate security. And many Kenyans really want to own homes. And this con game spoke to that desire to own homes. So this gullible public ignored all the red flags that were out there. As Prof has mentioned, the billboards that were being put up by Portland, the statement that we've listened to from Governor Mutua, talking at length, explaining how that land did not belong to any SACCO or any individual, and it was not up for sale, it was never up for sale. Yeah. So there were all these red flags all over the place. The notices that were put in various daily media, and ultimately the lengthy trial, the lengthy court case, the way the matter ended up in court, moving all the way to the culmination of what it was. All right. So yes, so at the end of the day, I would say these demolitions were justified because legal mechanisms have been exhausted. All right. And the court has entered a verdict, and the verdict is in favor of Portland.